Your nervous system is a bioluminescent garden, and within that garden is an entoptic temple. And that temple contains architecture and features. There's design and patterns and pathways. And there's shrines and mausoleums containing artifacts and relics. And since I'm one of the only pioneers in this, I'm going to organize all of this in a way that makes sense. And for this video, I'm just going to run through the quadrants in a basic way, and then we can talk more specifically about each one. Entoptic images are actual structures. This is the actual architecture of neural networks, of your actual neural roots. And it's also seen within the eye. So you have things like floaters and blood vessels. And entoptic images can see down to a micrometer, which means bacteria and other microbial beings can be seen if they're within the orb of the eye. The visual cortex is also a resonating system. So if you're familiar with Chladni plates, where you have sand and you're running frequencies through it, the sand will bounce and organize to that and create these simple wave patterns. The visual cortex is a grid or a mesh. So the way optic vision works is you have light going into your eye, gets transcoded, processed, and sent to the visual cortex where it's decoded, and biophoton pixels create the image that you end up seeing. Entoptic vision is simply the source of that light, and the source of those images is not from the outside, but it's inside the nervous system. So it's taking light from one part of the nervous system and it's sending it to the visual cortex. And so you get all kinds of shapes: honeycombs, spider webs, bursts, zigzags, branching, forking networks. You get dots and grids, all kinds of geometric shapes, all kinds of hatches and bursts and rays and crosses and anything you can think of, really. But also it can have harmonic resonance. So like those Chladni plates, your visual cortex can have its biophotons harmonized to the brainwave state that could be induced by music or trance or rhythm or anything else going on, and form those shapes. And entoptic images are going to be superimposed in your vision. So even if your eyes are open, you can see all of those patterns and more. If you can imagine the quadrants going out pretty much indefinitely, there are tens of thousands of entoptic images, and they can combine with other entoptic images. You can have truly complex fractals that evolve and change form and morph and twist and turn, and they can be different kinds of colors. And so where this is relevant is the origin of writing, the origin of which started as oracular languages of markings, which come from these entoptic images. You also have patterns in traditional and tribal ceramics and textiles and mandalas, and a lot of architectural features and so on. All those things come from entoptic images, or started or inspired from that, and then later applied with the imagination to these entoptic images, to these neural structures that you're seeing in these harmonic resonating patterns, and you extract those and you make symbols of them, and that encodes a new entoptic symbol, because every new thought, every digestive process, every muscle movement, every memory, everything is a physical structure in the nervous system, and those structures can be seen and new ones can be made and grown. Phosphenes we're going to call more specifically experiences of light, of actual biophotons, rather than seeing them in structures. You're simply seeing the illumination of specific types of images. If these are important for art and design and textiles and patterns and resonating, finding rhythm and resonating imagery that you then can display and put out, and also language systems and oracle systems, and the things that those come from. Phosphenes are the origins of mythology and religion, magic and shamanism and mysticism. We'll get into that in another video. A little bit of a preview, but these Phosphenes were the prerequisites for becoming a healer in every tradition in the world. These are the meditative visions of prophets and mystics, the dreamtime waterholes, the vision serpents of the Mayan, Quetzalcoatl of the Aztec. These are Ezekiel's vision of wheels within wheels. These are the angel Gabriel, Malik Taus, the lotus of the limit of Muhammad, Brahma's form of 10,000 things, Indra's lightning and Zeus's lightning, the cosmic egg and the rainbow bridge, and the tunneling of near-death experiences. Eidolons are afterimages. They're imprints. They're image negatives of light. When it stains the retina and you close your eyes and you hold on to that light, and it's going to evolve and change And depending on the light source, you might have all kinds of different effects. It's also a lot of the cave art is stylized from seeing these eidolons, from looking into a fire and seeing all these different patterns emerge. And it's like a cinema where you can watch a movie and your imagination can use that as like a substrate. It uses it as a canvas. The same thing can happen with the light in your eyes when you capture that light and you can see these patterns. And so a lot of cave art is stylized with these different figures and phantoms you see in lights, along with entoptic images and phosphenes. And so you have these really intricate and elaborate pieces of cave artwork. You're also able to hold on to images of the sun, etching. You have different kind of bindus or candle imprints. If you form an eidolon with a strong source of light, you can get kind of a world, and that world is going to evolve. It may eclipse, it may change color, it may morph and move around. It's like seeing the birth of stars. It's all kinds of light, and that's all inspiration for the imagination. The Haligleht means blessed flame or sacred light. These are your dreams. This is the fire inside you, the light of your imagination of that bioluminescent garden. These are hypnagogic images, which are the states of dream skeletons, where you're seeing blotches of color. And if you pay attention in that state, you'll notice that your thoughts are those blotches. They're actively being created, and you can watch them or think things, and you're seeing the very light of those thoughts. And this is how you dream. Because you are a bioluminescent garden, your dreaming is you creating light inside you and seeing these things. And because it's naturally able to be synesthetic, you can experience all kinds of other sensations and emotions in your dreams and in your imagination. And the stronger your imagination is, the more vivid these things are. So it's also spirit journeys. It's also fever dreams and vision quests and hallucinations, seeing folk creatures and spirit animals and ancestor spirits. And altogether, this is the Entoptic temple. This is you, and this is the light inside of you. These are the structures that make up who you are. This is the light of the gods and the mythology and the vehicles. And these are the forms that you can see with light and the flame of those very dreams of yours.